What's up, Neat Nation? It's your girl, Kanique, and I am back with another video for y'all today, you guys. And as you can tell by that title, we finally started our podcast. The podcast name, as you can see, is Firm in the Fire Podcast. And I'm so excited for y'all to see what God has in store. This podcast is just going to be me talking about the things that God has dropped in my spirit, the things that God has shown me, the things that God has blessed me with, and I just basically want to sit and have a conversation and just basically tell y'all how good God is. That's the whole purpose of this podcast, just to spread the gospel. So that's really why I started this podcast, and I'm gonna go into further detail as to what Firm in the Fire means, why did I start a podcast, who who am I now, because I haven't posted a video in like 4 to 5 years, I want to say. So allow me to reintroduce myself. Don't forget to hit the like button down below. Share this with a friend. Just make sure it reaches someone who's gonna need it. But let's get right into this podcast. Just gonna start with the introduction. Basically, if you're new here, you know who I am and why I started this podcast and what has God done for me. I just want to do like a little quick intro, and then we'll get the ball rolling. More episodes will have more topics. There will be guests up here. I'm gonna start off with just, you know, filling it out for myself, but once God puts it in my spirit to expand and allow guests up here, that's me gonna make it happen, y'all. For those who don't know, my name is Kanique. I began content creating, I think I want to say 2019 is when I made my first video. I always knew that I wanted to put things out on the internet because I always knew like I had a platform. Always had a lot of followers. I was always, I don't want to use the word popular, but I was very known. A lot of people knew me, and I definitely feel like I kind of like had a voice, but I didn't want to be like that girl. So I kind of like, just did like little stuff. And then, back then YouTube was popping. Anything that was trending at the moment, I would do it. Then 2021 came. I stopped YouTube. I don't know why, but I stopped YouTube. I kind of got unmotivated, kind of got discouraged. So I just put the camera down and I fell off. Then TikTok came about. So I started making content up there. I was on TikTok. I was popping on TikTok. I got my first like K beside my followers. Like I felt like I was on top of the world. 2022 came, and basically I got distracted and life was life in. I'm gonna be a little vulnerable up here too, but not the first episode. I'm gonna pray about that. But life happened, and my guy best friend was always in my ear. Like I tell the story to everybody. He was always in my ear. Like, you need to get back on camera. You need to get back on YouTube. He was such a YouTube advocate, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and I never did. Around 2023, God got my attention, and I basically surrendered to him, but not fully. I had one foot in, one foot out. God got my attention, and I started to go to church more because, back then I was in college. I graduated college in 2022. I was just doing a lot of things at the time, and God wasn't my main priority. I will be honest, he was not. My dad was always in my ear. Oh, you need to come to church, all types of things. I was just trying to live the life, trying to be outside, whatever. Came 2024, I felt like I genuinely locked in. I got a life scare, and that made me like, okay, God, you are real. Like, for real, not for fake. I started locking. I started to come to church more consistently. I started to join different ministries. Like, I was really like trying to do my thing. 2025, and I feel like that was the year that I finally surrendered fully and gave God my all. I was consistent in church, but I was more active. I started to get on Bible study. I became the vice president of the young adult ministry at my church. I started listening to more gospel music, and I put down the rap, the R&B, the secular music. I started really changing my life. God snatched me out of so much stuff, y'all. God snatched me out of so much stuff. I'm going to begin to tell y'all, but I can't even fully begin to tell y'all because it's just so good. And I don't want to spoil it because it's an introduction. So you're just going to have to, because my testimony is crazy. God brought me out, and honestly, I didn't have a choice. I lost a lot of friends. Well, I thought they were friends, but I lost a lot of people along the way. And honestly, I kept praying that prayer over and over. God, if this not for me, remove it. If it's not for me, remove it. If they're not for me, remove it. All of the things. And then when it finally happened, it was like, Jesus. I don't even do the same stuff anymore, y'all. I don't have the same interests. It really makes me feel good because you know that you're delivered from something. You begin to feel uncomfortable. And I honestly feel like I'm in that season right now. Even starting this podcast, I had a podcast on my mind since 2022. That was the year I said that I wasn't focused. I was in the shower one day. I can't make this up, y'all. I was in the shower one day and then boom, it fell in my lap. You never realize who is listening. In my mind, I felt like no one cares about you vlogging. Nobody cared to see what you're doing in your day, or nobody cares that you're posting about church and all these other things until I really started to do it more. And then I had people come to me like, thank you for sharing these notes, thank you for posting this flyer. I brought people to my church and all types of things. And once I really prayed about it, like, God, is this my gift? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? It'll become clear, because anything with God is clear. God brings no confusion. That's just a little introduction, a little backstory as to like how we got here, because y'all, I was walling up here in a couple, like, what, 2021? Yeah, I think that was the prime year for me. 2021. I was up here doing stuff that it makes me cringe now that I watch it. But then again, I was 21 years old. I just thank God for bringing me out, and I thank God for not leaving me and seeing me, giving me this gift of evangelism, and definitely giving me this gift of boldness in the spirit. When I say boldness, I mean like just not afraid to be my authentic self in the spirit. I wear God on my sleeve, okay? I'm so churchy. I don't care. I don't. So I'm just really excited for y'all to see this journey. I'm really excited for y'all to stick with me and rock with me and listen to me yap about the goodness of God. Hello, thank you. I'm really, really excited for someone to get something from this and definitely see my testimony and honestly see that God will not leave you, and don't give up. You have to keep wanting it and yearning for that relationship, okay? I'm gonna stop right here because I do want this to be a shorter video. I'm gonna try to post at least once a week, but I have 2 jobs, so please just vibe. And I'm also about to move, so I do have a lot going on in my life right now, but the goal is to post once a week at least. Remember that God loves you, and continue to pray, continue to ask God for everything that you are desiring, everything that you're seeking, but also seek a relationship with Him first. So I will see y'all in the next episode. I hope y'all enjoy episode 1. It's just a little introduction. And like I said, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, Nick Nation.